or at Lake Rant, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one is for Verdstrom, who says, rant about each song on Zen Huxtable's top 10 anime OP list. Since I imagine it was an inspiration for you to finally put out a list of your own, feel free to skip any overlap. Yes, indeed, it actually was, because I started kind of wanting to rekindle this idea when I discovered Yoko Elf, which is a great channel that makes just compilations of anime OPs, either by a single artist or like over a broad swath of history, just like showing off important EDs and things like that. Or going by studio, they might show like every show a studio's made through its OPs. It's a really cool channel, and I saw that they were able to get away with playing 20 seconds of each song, so you could have a pretty good chunk of it, and it's really entertaining to watch when you gather all these great OPs and EDs throughout time, especially with some kind of theming. Well, in my case, the theming is just songs that I like, but because I'm not doing it from any kind of like historical importance perspective or any kind of like what's the most popular perspective, I end up showing you a lot of things that probably don't get shown in most top OPs just because I like a lot of different anime. So it's just kind of like, I hope that my taste will just be what makes this video interesting to some people who have similar taste in OPs, which there's a bunch of people in the comments who are like, this is the definitive OP list for me, and it's like, yeah, for me, this is the one I'm going to watch over and over and over again because it has all my favorite OPs in it. So, but it was seeing Zen Huxtable just like go ahead and do it as like just a rambling, disorganized, like these are just the 10 that I feel right now in the moment, and I did it really quick. It was like, okay, I can do that, but with 100, and just kind of rant about them in very general terms and just, make it clear that the logic is just this is what I like. Yeah. So that's what I went ahead and did. So let's go ahead and look at his. So his first one that he listed was Assassination Classroom. I don't really have any thoughts on the OPs of that show because, like, I really found Ass Class to be kind of aesthetically repulsive for my tastes. I've never had much of an interest in it. I don't really like the energy of the OP. Like, I appreciate the dance move, and I think it's fun, but, like, or maybe it was the ED. I don't even remember. I only watched, like, one or two episodes of it, but, I appreciate the energy of it, but it's just not really my style. Even though I wouldn't say it's bad by any means, it's just not really appealing to me for whatever reason. Kyokai no Kanata, I don't even remember the OP or ED of that. I think maybe the ED was pretty good. Is that what he's talking about here?
This song is just.
It doesn't really sound like my type of music. It seems a little poppy for my taste. Okay. The SAO OP, like, I would never have paid any fucking attention to this OP because I think Lisa sounds completely fucking generic and, like, just the most standard radio rock you could possibly create in, like, a factory. But, like, I just had not really given it much of a listen initially, and like I've heard Lisa songs from before Sword Art Online, and she's been huge. Everybody seems to like her shit. She's beloved for the Fate Zero openings, and I think those are shit, and I do not enjoy them at all. But like this song in particular really did catch on to a level where I started hearing it in like Spencer gifts, like on a level because Sword Art Online is fucking massive. So like beyond the fact that it's a Lisa song, Sword Art Online is just really huge in the States, and to a level where the OP, just for being the OP, not for Lisa being a popular band, is being played in a Spencer's. And when it got to that stage, I started realizing I could get it stuck in my head, and that the heaviness of the guitars is fairly appreciable. I think it's a little bit more rockin' than maybe I first gave it credit for, but still not really a song I would listen to. And I think the other OPs are much worse, as is the rest of Lisa's music. This is still the same
What?
thing.
You're already. The song starts.
Oh
Killer
yeah.
tones in the intro.
Oh yeah, that sounds cool. Fuck yeah.
What? You're already on board. And like that sax line.
What is this from? This looks like Blue Exorcist. Oh my god. No, is it
Fantastic,
Tokyo?
right?
Like,
And then the chorus.
the fuck is this edgy boy from? Can you see him reflected in my glasses? Can you tell me who that is?
So if you follow my second channel, you know that I have this.
Alright, let me go back and try to figure out what the fuck anime this was.
Small bits of songs.
Okay, it is from Blue Exorcist. I don't know what part of Blue Exorcist this song comes from, because I don't remember ever hearing this one, but it sounds pretty fucking baller.
I love how the verse is just.
At least the parts he played.
And I particularly.
Oh, this is one of those fucking Guilty Crown songs.
I love how.
It's just not my speed.
What?
Oh yeah, this one's great. 1000% Sparking, like, could have been on my list. I think it was in, like, the 110s area, like, you know, something that would have been on there if it was extended. And the only reason I don't feel more affection for it is that I did not watch this version of Negima. You know, actually, I didn't watch really either version of Negima. I saw little bits of the original on Funimation Network, and it looked fucking terrible. And I had the first volume of the manga when I was a bit younger. But, like, I did not watch the Negima with the exclamation point and question mark that Shaft did, which I'm sure I'd probably enjoy more than any other incarnation of it today. But, I am familiar with the song because it appears in the Nico Nico Doga Ryuseigan, but you only hear the chorus, and it's mixed with Makanachi Kai, which is a song I am a huge fan of and did put in the top 100. And it plays the two of them at the same time because they have a very similar energy, and it sounds badass. But I had not really gone and investigated the full-length song of 1000% Sparking. Like, I only really found out that it was a cool song when Zen started talking about it, and he introduced, like, he played me the full length when he came to my house. And I was like, this is really good, but I have not formed enough of a connection with it yet for it to make my top 100, which is mostly full of songs that I've been listening to for a very long time. So, like, you know, there's only a few things that were new that made the cut, and it was just because they appealed to me in a very raw way. Like the Rainbow OP, which I know a lot of people clown on, but to me was just like, that's something I would definitely listen to regularly forever, because it just kicks just the right amount of ass as a hardcore song that I could thrash to it in my car, you know? But it's still a really good OP. The Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju one is pretty good. I would definitely say that it could have made an extended list. I don't even really know why it's not a song that I just am, like, super gravitating towards. Like, I think it sounds cool. I like the way it matches the visuals. Maybe if I had listened to it more, like the Bakano OP is not necessarily something I would have normally seen myself listening to, but because it came out in 2007 and I used to watch OPs more and I used to listen more to anime soundtracks and I would have heard it on the soundtrack a whole lot, like, I'm more inclined to have had it, you know, given that a chance. Whereas when Rakugo Shinju came out just a couple years ago, it's like, you know, I wasn't really doing that kind of thing. Maybe if I had been spinning the OP more often, I would have fallen in love with it, but I just haven't really listened to it that much. And so, again, haven't developed that kind of connection with it.
Bad. This song just hooks you with it gives a completely different. That the song. Fantastic.
I think this is still the same song. Oh, the Land of the Lustrous OP. I think it's really cool that they made, like, a pop song with such a complex time signature, and I think he broke it down in a video before. But, like, it does ultimately come out just kind of sounding like a pop song structurally. Like, it doesn't really... It's not like they made a prog song. They just made a pop song that has an odd time signature melody to it, you know? But, like... It ultimately doesn't sound as, like, out there as the kind of music that I might prefer, and, like, just I don't know, I don't really care for the mixing. Like, it's just very it's mixed like an anime OP, but it's not a very pumped anime OP, if that makes sense. I totally get why it would appeal so much to Zen and to most people, though.
And like that synth line comes in.
So this one surprised me because, like, the Revolutionary Girl Utena OP is considered widely to be like one of the greatest OPs. People were shocked that I didn't put it on my list, and it was like another one that just barely didn't make it because again, it's not really a song I would listen to much in my own time. Like I think it's a great song, but it's not really a style of music I gravitate towards necessarily. Um, but the second ED is, which is why like I'm not surprised that less people like that song, but it's totally to my taste, which is why it's on my ED list. I've never really seen people championing the first ED other than Zen Huxtable right here, and I'm sure there's plenty of people who love it, but like to have it as like his number one or two, I was very surprised that he loved it that much. And I mean, I guess I can see it, like loving the song. I just it I wouldn't have guessed that it was anybody's favorite.
Or like the guitar line during the chorus, pretty much the entire song.
There is like a lot
Kind of
going
like
on that
the
sounds pretty
singer's
good, but
voice.
like it's just such a like it's just such a like I don't want to
Very
say club
versatility.
song, but like a dance track in an odd way, kind of similar to the Shauna ED. Um, but yeah, all good choices, you know, respectable choices in his top. I think I got them all, but shout out to Zen for inspiring my OP and ED list.